Welcome to the Stizzy Chronicles. I'm Stizzy. On this channel, I chronicle my life as a full-time RVer, living life on the fly. I'm currently in coastal Mississippi, and I'm in the process of fixing my car. There are parts nearby in Alabama that I can purchase at a salvage yard. Since the car is out of commission, I gotta take the RV. Since I gotta make that drive, I might as well turn it into an adventure.
Working on me. Working on getting better. Working on me. Working on getting better.
If you're new to the channel and you're interested in the life of a nomad, definitely subscribe. For those who have been following the channel, you know I'm trying to fix my car. I gotta fix the radiator support. And then recently I realized that I also broke my radiator fan, and I also need to replace the new air box for the filter. I could purchase new, but those parts apparently are super expensive, more than I expected. Found the parts pre-owned online, and it happens to be at a salvage yard that is in driving distance from where I am currently. So I figure if I'm gonna go and make that drive, I might as well have a little fun while we're at it. So there's a few state parks in Alabama that aren't too far from me. One is about an hour away, and the other one is about 2 hours. The one that's about an hour away is not too far from the salvage yard. So we're gonna check out an Alabama State Park, assuming I can get a reservation. So that's the first thing I need to do. Alright, so I'm looking at my options, and I was first looking at Gulf State Park, which apparently is what you want to do if you're looking for luxury and then also to be near the beaches. Booking online is not an option since I'm looking to book today, but it is showing when I called, and they do have options available. So like a standard site that isn't a waterfront site is $91 without taxes and fees, right? But if I want to be near the water, then we're looking at $112 without taxes and fees. We ain't paying that, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and call the other location, get in contact with them, or I'm gonna try to book the other location. And there we have it. The reservation has been made. Now this is actually the state park that I was really considering because it's closer to where I'm going and closer to where I am. They did have availability at a price point that I'm comfortable with. I was able to book. It was $53 with everything included. It is just a one-night reservation, but hey, if we gotta go in that direction, we might as well make an adventure out of it. So we will be heading to Meaher State Park in Alabama. So at this point, it's time to start getting ready because of course the RV is not road ready, and then head on out. Well, this time around it shouldn't take too long in order to get the RV road ready. As you can see, it's a little messy, a little unorganized, but that's always the case, let's be honest. If you're interested in seeing what it's like to get the RV ready for the road, check the links in the description. I do already have a few videos on the channel showing that process. There are some other things that you can find in the description. For example, people have asked of ways that they can support the channel. The easiest way, of course, is subscribing, liking, watching all the videos to the end, and sharing with like-minded individuals. But if you want to go a step further, in the links, you'll find some other ways that you can possibly sponsor an adventure or just help me and the fur babies continue on this journey and to stay on the road. Now remember, since I already have videos of the breakdown process, I'm just going to show you the before and the after. So now we are road ready. Me and the fur babies are gonna head on out to Alabama. The first stop is going to be the salvage location so we can see if we can get those extra parts for the car. Then we're gonna head over to the campsite. We're here in Mobile, Alabama. Sadly, out of the 2 parts that I needed, they only had 1. Now, let me explain how I even found this place. So I was looking for the parts, and just to give you an idea. So that housing for my air filter, if I purchase from Ford, it's $176. That is before taxes and fees, okay? And then the fan, if I was to purchase directly from the dealer, we are looking at about $150. Therefore, I am trying to find it elsewhere. So I was looking at the option of getting it used, and I wound up on eBay looking for used parts. Found this place after filtering my options based off distance, and I was like, you know what? Some of the stuff that they have listed, they actually require for you to pick up locally. Looked online, found that they had a website, saw that some of the cars and some of the parts that are available, they actually list online, part of their inventory. So I just decided to give them a ring early in the morning. They still had the parts that I needed. Coming out of the situation, one of the parts out of the two, we still gotta find the fan. And it's interesting, he mentioned that all the fans that he pulled off Fiestas are those double fans. So I'm curious as to the difference between, you know, that fan and what's on mine's. I just wasn't taking any chances. I was like, it doesn't look the same. I didn't bring the fan to do measurements based off the fact that the fan has to go into the radiator support. I don't want to take those chances. So one part we got used, and we'll try to see if I can find the fan assembly used so I'm not paying $150. Worst case scenario, we may have to purchase from an online source where the pricing is better than the dealership and deal with the cost of shipping, but it'll probably still be better than going directly to the dealer. So that's that. Now it's time to relax and have some fun. So we're gonna head over to the campground. From my current location, it's about 25 miles from where I am. So it's an additional 40-minute drive that we'll be going. In order to get to the park, we'll be heading towards Spanish Fort, Alabama. And we made it. We are now in Meaher National Park in Spanish Fort, Alabama, and the view is absolutely beautiful. Okay, now this particular site is not an official water view site, but I'm right near the water, so I'm obviously viewing it. And for the price that I paid, this is a nice little escape. I think it's definitely well worth it. The site itself seems pretty nice. Now I was a little confused coming in because they have these black markings on the ground, and I can tell that they were once numbered, but it's multiple numbers in the spot. However, where I needed to be looking was where the hookups are. So this place is a little different than when me and CK stayed at Everglades National Parks, because I actually have hookups. I will have access to water, access to sewer, and access to electric. So that's gonna be pretty nice. So we'll be nice and spoiled for the evening. And it looks like they have both the 30 and 50. Well, actually they have a few. So let me show you the rest of what we got going on, because I'm pretty excited. Now the doggos are pretty excited, and this is one thing that I love about traveling. When I travel in the RV with the fur babies, no matter where we are, they're still home. So I don't have to deal with them being anxious and uncomfortable. Outside, they're just excited to explore. When we get back in, it's everything that they're used to seeing. So I'm gonna set up shop, and then we will go out on a walk so they can pee on everything.
I still wonder how, yeah, you always make it right, and maybe it's all chance, but either way, you showed me how to reach for the best of myself. It's all good when you show the way, yeah. 'Cause even if I fall, ooh, I trust you'll stay, yeah, stay. And through the dark and cold, I know
now that everything's hooked up, I gotta make sure it's working, that I did it right. So we're gonna pop this back on.
Welcome to your gas night gas detector.
As soon as that powers up, I know that electric is good. Now water, I'm not used to that type of faucet. I'm used to just like a regular spigot, since most of the time I'm on private property. Let me just unplug this because she's gonna keep going. So I'm used to a typical water fountain, water faucet. So let me actually make sure the water is on. I won't need the water pump. Let's just go with the city water option. Okay, and that seems to be working just fine. So we got our water, we got our electric. Sewer, I was like, ain't no point in even worrying about sewer. It's just the night. I mean, I guess just so I'm traveling light on the way out, I can dump it before checkout, which is at 11. By the way, check-in time was at 2. Obviously, I started my day late because I was doing, you know, getting everything set up. Since the main stuff is hooked up, now I can go ahead and let the babies go out. So we're gonna go for a walk, enjoy the sunset, and when we come back, I need to start thinking about food, because it will be time for them to eat. It already is time for them to eat. I am hungry. But right now, I just want to get out there and relax.
I tried so hard, stumbling in the dark, to learn how to see what you already saw. You're the one to blame for the fact that I can reach for the best of myself.
I don't know what type of fish jump out of the water, but whatever fish those are, there's a lot of those here. And I'm starting to get really excited about fishing. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. They are all over the place. I'm sorry, y'all missing it. But anyway, let me tell you. So since coming down south, I have had a few fishing experiences. My very first one was in college, and it was actually with an English class. We were reading, I can't remember the book, but it's the book where there's a movie and Brad Pitt is in it, and they are fly fishing. So we went fly fishing. Nobody caught a fish, but one of the students wound up falling and chipping her tooth, so we had to end it earlier than expected. The next time I went fishing was in Florida with one of the members of my host family. Once again, I didn't catch anything, but it was just great because I was on a boat, like one of the small boats, and that was my first time ever being on a small boat like that. There was another fishing experience. I went with Lindsay, and I was sick the whole time. I don't understand what happened. I think I know what happened, because before we actually started the fishing trip, I chugged something. It was something that I hadn't had before, either a White Claw or it was one of those drinks that was popular online, especially during 2020. So Lindsay got me some, but we weren't allowed to bring any drinks on the ship, so I chugged it. As soon as we get out there, I was just throwing up nonstop. Now, it could have been because I was seasick, but I had worked on a cruise ship before, so I felt like that shouldn't have been it. And then when I was on the small boat in Florida, I didn't get sick, so I don't know what that was, but my guess is because of the alcohol. And then my last fishing experience was here in Mississippi, where we were actually in Biloxi on one of the bridges. And that was the first time I caught some fish. The first one, I don't know what type of fish it was, but I was responsible for taking it off of the hook. Then the second one I caught was a catfish, a small catfish. And I am so happy I said something before I tried to take it off of the hook, because as soon as I said, oh my gosh, it's a catfish, everybody turned around, looked at it, and was like, oh God, no. And I'm looking like, oh God, no, what's wrong? One of the guys that I went fishing with had explained that catfish have like the barbed fins, and they're venomous, or there's like pain associated with these fish if you get hooked by one of the barbs. So he did take it off for me, and he wound up stinging himself. And then I think later on there was another catfish caught, not by me, by someone else, and they were not happy about it. They were not happy about it. But I want to get me a fishing rod. I just don't know what to get because there's so many options. And hang out with all these people that are fishing right now. And plus in Mississippi, it seems to be really popular. So that's another adventure that we're going to have to explore soon. Good morning from Meaher Park. So it's almost time to check out. As of now, I've already fed the fur babies, already started breaking everything down. So as you can see, I got the things that are on the wall off. And I want to say the inside is pretty much set and ready to get on the road. I'm going to go ahead and take the fur babies out, tether them, and then while they're doing their business in our little area, I'm gonna go ahead and bring down everything that's outside, which shouldn't be much. So this should be a fast process. Then once everything's broken down, we're gonna walk around a little bit more before we need to check out at 11. Let me get you, and then I come back to you, Walk. I'll be right back. Stay. I know. Hold on. Waka, come here. Come on, let's go home. In tight. Good girl. Go ahead. Good girl. Get your brother. Waka. Okay. Come here, Waka. Alright. Stay still. Stay still. Okay. That's the opposite. Come on. Let's go for a walk. Time to do some more exploring. We are back at the RV and it is almost time to check out. I will say I rather enjoy this park. This campground is pretty cool. There's a lot of things that I would love to do if I were to return, such as coming out here with some fishing rods so I can actually go fishing. And then I saw a lot of people riding around on bikes. I feel like that would be amazing. And I haven't even explored everything. But this park is really nice. It was very peaceful and worth the little getaway. Before I head on back to Mississippi, I called the Salvage place just to see if either new inventory came in or maybe they were incorrect about the information they gave me yesterday. So I'm still looking for that fan, and obviously I don't want to pay full price, so I'm just checking. I gave them a call. They have some in stock, but they have to go check. They have to visually check to see if it's a double fan, which is the version I don't need. That's what they had yesterday. I need a single fan. So hopefully I get a call back saying that they have one in stock, and then I'm gonna head back over there, then head home. In the meantime, I'm just parked on the side. I didn't think to do this before I checked out, and I definitely don't want to start heading home then get a call saying they have it. So we just gonna chill here for a little bit. There's also a standard salvage yard. Now I gotta stop saying salvage yard because the place that I went to isn't a yard where you go and then actually pull the part off. They actually have it pulled already and you pick it up. There are some which is like the pull and take or whatever it's called. The question is, do I feel like going? Because with the other yards, of course they'll tell you if they have the car, but you don't know what's gonna be on the car when you get there. I actually went to one not too long ago. It was my first experience, so it was super cool. But some of those cars were so trash. Like, they had literally picked apart everything. And it's just a hassle to have to go check to see if the part that you need is there and then have to disassemble it yourself. I kind of like this situation where they already did all the work. I just got to go get it. So I'm starting to call around just to see if there's some other businesses that have used parts and I ain't got to worry about pulling them apart myself. And I did find one and they have a fan. Unfortunately, they can't confirm over the phone if it's a single or dual. However, it doesn't look like it's too far away from where I am now because it is in Spanish Fort. So I'm gonna go ahead and head in that direction and hopefully we can get a fan at a good price and then head home. So this new place is 13 minutes away. I sure do hope they have it. I'm glad I didn't go too far because it looks like it's in the opposite direction, meaning I need to head back to where the park was. We got our fan. Hopefully everything fits. If not, there's a 6-month warranty, so I can always bring it back and return it. But we got both our parts. We got to hang out at a campground, and I'm actually parked near a seafood place. I may very well stop in there and give me a little something to eat. But it seems like this has been a successful trip. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe. Definitely stay tuned for the repair of the car, and I will see you next time.